Now, get ready to be impressed.
Holy shit, I can't believe he owns a copy of One Crazy Summer of VHS!
Little ditty about Jack and Diane sucking on chili dog.
Chili dog!
But yeah, the 1986 summer comedy classic coming-of-age story. And what's great about this copy, this is actually the first and only copy I've seen beforehand.
Okay, so I remember watching it on TV all the time when it was when they aired it on Saturdays and stuff, or primetime movie and stuff on local television. But it was the funniest thing is just how it starts out. It's the opening has a wacky ass kind of cartoon stuff.
Oh yeah, the animation. Yes, Savage Steve Holland, who directed, he actually did the animation himself, which I didn't even know about that. I forgot about the animation just entirely until I rewatched it.
But I will say this though, the funniest part is just the funniest thing is it's how dark it is also too in the beginning of the movie.
I know, especially the cute and fuzzy bunnies with the machine guns and everything and all the blood.
And then you find, and then when they go to to real life and stuff where he's just doodling the cartoons and stuff, and then they go to the graduation ceremony and there's this one messed up scene where they're all throwing their caps and gowns, and I think one of the students dies.
Oh, yeah, no, I think he's just blacked out.
Oh no! If you're not paying attention, there's one scene where he's where they throw the caps and gowns. The freaking pointy end stabs the guy in the back, and he passes out. But I was wondering too, because it's similar to another movie that has John Cusack in it, and I don't know if Savage Steve Holland did this movie.
Oh no, he did. Are you talking about Better Off Dead?
Yeah,
a lot of people consider this to be the unknown sequel, or pretty much the.
Well, they have a lot of the same actors. Some of the same actors are in it and stuff, except for Demi Moore's not in that one, but.
This movie's pretty good, but it starts to get bland in certain points, but I feel like Bobcat Goldthwait, his character, saves the movie overall.
The funniest thing about it is his comedy, he was a big known comedian,
back
in the 80s and stuff.
Right,
he was everywhere then. He was in Police Academy, he was in and I remember he was actually Peg's on Married with Children. He was one of Peg's hillbilly cousins from Lincoln County and stuff.
I know, I was looking at his catalog on IMDb, and I cannot believe how many different spots he's done on TV. Yeah. And then he also, I didn't realize how many movies he's directed too. He did Shakes the Clown.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I just remember my dad had a nickname for someone that lived in our apartment complex. He called this lady Shakes the Clown. And I just remember seeing the tape too at Silver Creek Video back in the day, being oh, I'll never rent that. I'm just gonna rent the same shit over and over because who wants to expand their horizons?
Teenager.
I know, it's funny because honestly, if it wasn't for you owning this movie, I don't think I ever would have heard about it.
Yeah.
I heard of Better Off Dead because my sister owned it.
Yeah.
And but I never watched the whole thing. But I never would have known about this movie if it wasn't for going over to your place.
Yeah, the funniest thing about it is too, because since he did both of these movies and stuff, and I don't know who the guy who played the crazy army dude was in this movie.
Oh, Joe Flaherty.
That's his name?
Yeah, in real life. Or are you talking about the dad?
No, not Joe Flaherty. The guy, their friend.
Curtis Armstrong, who plays Ack.
Yeah, he's in that. He's in Better Off Dead, and there's this one There's this one funny scene where they're on a snowy mountain and stuff. And I think he's a cokehead or something. He's snorting he's just snorting ice or stuff, pure ice, and he's freaking thinking he's getting high off of cocaine. He's this is pure snow. You know what the street value of this is? It's I think half of my brain went numb.
Yeah, Curtis Armstrong has such a knack for playing over the top eccentric characters. I remember seeing him on this movie from the 90s called Big Bully, where he's what? More peas?
And then
What? More peas?
There's Booger from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, and he was Revenge of the Nerds, and that's what I was thinking too, because he was another one of those guys. He was another one of those average guys from the 80s and stuff, and when the 80s kind of went, he was a product of the 80s too, and then no one's heard from him. No one's heard from him when the 90s and 2000s came out and stuff. And it's
his voice kind of reminds me a little bit of Gilbert Gottfried in a way.
Well, he almost looks like Gilbert Gottfried, except, you know...
I can see that, yeah, they both kind of look like peanuts.
Not nearly as irritating as Gilbert Gottfried when he talks, but, you know...
I know Gilbert Gottfried talks like he constantly is like trying to like squirt out the last like shit after like he's hungover or something.
Well, I mean, no disrespect to Gilbert Gottfried.
Right, yeah,
rest in peace. He was one of the funniest things is like in this movie is where like I think the part where like Bobcat Goldthwait, he's like when he's in the like he's in the costume closet.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And he gets stuck in the Godzilla costume.
Yeah, welcome to the Club Tokyo. I think that's actually taken from like a stand-up routine he used to do.
Yeah. And like this, the funniest part is when he tries to get the Godzilla costume off, he screams like real loud, like God damn it! Ah!
God damn it! Ah!
He's like 9 o'clock. Oh shit! I'm supposed to be drunk by now.
9 o'clock! Shit! 9 o'clock! God damn it! Ah!
It's like, I mean, the way that he talks and stuff, I mean, I don't know if he just used that as kind of like, you know, his act or something, or if he was just really stoned or like really high when he like did some of his stand-up routines and when he was an up-and-comer comedian.
Right. Now I gotta point out that John Cusack's character, Hoops McCann, I guess like they got the name Hoops McCann from a Steely Dan song called Glamorize, I think, from like the 1980 Gaucho album, which I thought was random when I read that. And I always thought that John Cusack in this movie kind of looked like Pee Wee Herman's like more attractive brother, or like Pee Wee Herman if he like didn't jerk off in the theaters. If Pee Wee Herman went to therapy.
Another thing that's even more funny, like just one of the things that's good on this and stuff, because it's just like another part of the product of the 80s is like all the music that they play on it, like the 80s rock music and stuff.
Yeah, in the beginning they have, I didn't realize it until rewatching it, they have Be Cruel to Your School by Twisted Sister.
Be cruel to your school, 'cause you may never get another. Be cruel to your school.
Yeah.
And there's also, a lot of Beach Boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. So I was surprised how good the soundtrack is rewatching it. Like, it was a lot easier for people to, like, get the rights to play music like that back in the 80s and, like, even the 90s and, like, early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's like nowadays, it's like, good luck. You've got to use the whole fucking budget for just, like, one Beach Boys song, I feel.
Yeah.
But in terms of characters in this film, aside from the Stork twins, who are some of your other favorite characters? One of my personal favorites is Uncle Frank.
I mean, the guy looks like just this crazy guy who never takes a shower and stuff, and he's listening to the radio to see if he won the big lotto and stuff.
Right. I just like his introduction, like, Georgie, what the hell are you doing in here? I'm trying to bliss out.
Georgie, what the hell are you doing in here? Still at it, huh? My God, would you get out of here? What do you think, I'm playing games? I need to be left alone! Why don't you just leave me alone?
And just like the look on John Cusack's face, like the holy shit, this guy's been chain smoking since day one. But yeah, I really like him. And then I think my other favorite character is Akak's dad, Joe Flaherty. Like he pretty much plays the same character that he plays like on when he was the dad on Freaks and Geeks, like running like a sporting goods store.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is kind of random, but it does attain the movie. Ak is like a military slang term for artillery, and Ak is like airport code for Nantucket. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of a cool piece of trivia that ties together. It's like, no, at least they didn't name him Ak for nothing, because I just always thought that was such a strange nickname.
Yeah. I mean, I never got that anyways either.
I know, yeah, if I didn't read the trivia, I would have never fucking known.
Yeah. And, I think this was also one of, like, I don't know, was this, like, Demi Moore's first movie before she got, really famous or something? Because I know, like, became...
I think she did a few things before this, but nothing too big. And I know she put out a movie about Last Night, like, back-to-back with this one.
Yeah.
That was a movie where she starred in it with Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of, like, female cast in this movie, like, there's Cookie, the girl Cookie, which I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
But between Cookie and Demi Moore, who would you say is the more attractive one? I'm Team Demi Moore.
Yeah, I mean, for God's sake, she actually was, despite it being a corny movie back in the 2000s, she was pretty hot as Madison from the Charlie's Angel movies.
Oh God, she was light years hotter than the other ones, and she was older.
Yeah.
She was a real woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to Cookie, I mean, it's like I wouldn't kick her out of bed, but she kind of looks like a like a pig that fucked a pack of bubble gum or something.
Well, I mean, she did have some hot. There were some good scenes with her when you see her in a bikini. When her asshole boyfriend shows up in that scene, like
Teddy.
Yeah.
God, I love the part where Teddy has the fucking meltdown about like doing his laps.
Go! I'll go after I do my laps! Come on, Dad, I gotta do my laps. I have to do my laps, Dad!
Yeah, you know, it's funny too. He's like one of those guys who's so cartoonishly crazy too and stuff. Because seriously, when you okay, I don't think I've ever seen anybody. I don't think I would ever see anybody, even if it was with a nice car, freak out for touching someone's car and stuff. Even if it was a nice, expensive one and stuff. And dude, chill out.
You touched my car! Right, well let me just get it clean then. You touched it again! Don't ever touch my car again! Ever!
Yeah, Teddy definitely needed to fucking like take some ashwagandha, nerve tonic, or like smoke some strong indica weed, because he was probably secretly gay. You know, I think him and his friend Ty were probably plucking each other's chickens, but that's just my fan fiction theory.
Yeah.
Any favorite parts from the movie?
Well,
aside from like the Bobcat Goldthwait costume.
I'd say like anything that has to do with like, you know, okay, the little girl and her Georgie's little sister.
Squid, is that her name?
Squidly or whatever.
Squidly, yeah.
And every time she always does something mischievous whenever they insult her dog.
Right, yeah.
Little girl, I'm gonna have nightmares knowing that dog exists, even though I look like a corn dog.
Little girl, I'm gonna have nightmares just knowing that dog exists.
It's like it's been microwaved or something.
Which I gotta say, when it goes to the part where like it starts like gets to the part of like the regatta, the boat race, I feel like that's when the movie kind of takes a downfall. It's like it goes at this good pace, and all of a sudden it gets to the boat race part, then it just kind of slows down, and it's like it makes a short movie just seem way too long for what it is. But at the end of the day, you know, it's still a fun movie to watch. I mean, I love this movie so much.
Yeah. Compare this to Better Off Dead. It's actually pretty it's actually a pretty good humorous movie too.
But until next time.
Nice to meet you.